Hello there. So my name is Noelle, and I have never done this before, but I just recently got on a random kick of watching booktubers, and since I happen to be a book lover myself, I got the random impulse to start doing some book videos myself, which is weird in the sense that I am not usually an impulsive person, but perfectly normal in the sense that I love books. So, I am just completely going to wing it here, which, to start off on a really bad, cheesy, fun note, is appropriate since I'm wearing parrots on my shirt. And slight introduction, I am 20 years old. I have just finished my sophomore year of college, where I was majoring in creative writing with an emphasis in poetry. I didn't learn to read until I was about 8 years old because I had a vision issue that I had to go to therapy for, but as soon as I was physically able to read, I don't think I've ever really stopped reading. I have 2 bookshelves in my room, that one there, and then over here, there's another one, and as well as many other bookshelves in the house. I have probably read the majority, more than the majority, almost all of the books in our house, which is at least over 1,000 books. I like classical literature. I really like science fiction and fantasy. I'm a sci-fi television nerd as well as being a book nerd. Nerd is a complimentary term, in my opinion, so I probably will use that word a lot if I keep doing videos. To start off, this is just going to be a short video, or it should be a short video. I think I'm going to start off by introducing some of my favorite books that have been really influential to me, and books that are also a little obscure. So the first one that I want to introduce is Children of the River by Linda Crew. And this is a really interesting book culturally, I think. Let me see when it was written, because that kind of... it was published in 1989. And it's about this girl, the main character named Sundara, who leaves Cambodia with her family to escape the army there, and she moves to Oregon. And it sounds kind of like a cheesy high school romance book because there's this guy involved, but basically part of the situation at the surface level is that she meets this guy in the American high school who she really likes, and he likes her, but being Cambodian, her parents are really not interested in letting her date this guy, or any guy for that matter, who is not Cambodian, and I guess they want to arrange a marriage for her eventually. But that is just the surface level thing. This is a really emotional book, and it gets a lot at psychological stuff, because part of the story, I don't want to give too much away, but part of the story has to do with stuff that happens on the way over from Cambodia on the boat, and her baby niece, and a lot of other things. But it also gives a lot of really interesting insight into Cambodian culture and the culture of these people that are getting out of that oppression in the army. It's a pretty good book. It sounds, like I said, it looks kind of cheap and cheesy, but I've read it probably 5 times because it just impacted me so much. Okay. The second book was also one of the ones that was from the library. I think it's called The Dolphins and Me by John C. Reed. And this is actually a memoir type book. It's pretty short. But if you can't figure out from the title and the cover, this is about a man who worked at a marine park in San Francisco with dolphins. And so a lot of this is just, I mean, they're little, oh, that's a pretty picture. They're little, oh, that one too. I'm sorry, I really like the pictures in this book. I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've read it. But, so this is a plus if you like picture books. There are a lot of little stories, basically, throughout about the different dolphins that he worked with, and it's just really strange and really neat to hear about how human dolphins can be sometimes, I guess, and the different ways that the dolphins influenced this guy. I think it's a really fun and very emotional display of the connections, weird interspecies connections, I guess. Like a very literary book in that it has a very human element, but strangely, I guess the human element almost comes from the dolphins, which sounds weird, but I don't know. Dolphins are just amazing and very human and very animal at the same time, I think, and I've always liked dolphins, and this book is just, it will make you cry, for sure. And it's, like I said, it's not really, it's a memoir, so it doesn't have, like, really one direct story, but all of the little stories and stuff and just the insight it gives is, it's gorgeous, and it's totally worth the read. Here's Things Left Unsaid by Stephanie Hemphill, and as you can see, it says right here, it is a novel in poems. And basically, what this means is they are all poems. Essentially, the plot is that this girl, Sarah, who's a good girl, who makes all the good grades, and she's kind of perfect little role model for everyone else, meets another girl named Robin, who is pretty much the complete opposite. She's basically, they become friends, and Sarah kind of goes a little bit, I guess you could say, off the deep end, along with Robin. Perspective on depression, I guess, because this, I don't know, it's, a lot of the book ends up being Sarah dealing with her friend Robin and the depression that's happened there. And I mean, you read a lot of books, I guess, with people that are depressed, but it's kind of interesting to have it from the perspective, I guess, a friend and another person rather than the actual person who's depressed. And it's just, I don't know. But this one also made me cry, and I've read it several times, and it's just really raw and real in that sense, I guess. And it's not, it doesn't really have a picture perfect ending, I guess, but I think it, not to spoil, but I think it ends on at least a fairly hopeful note, and I just really appreciate that, and I really appreciate the honesty of it. And so yeah, this is another one that, although kind of obscure, is a really great book. So anyways, I went on for way too long. This video is already 13 minutes long, so I'm going to hopefully find some editing software and cut it shorter. But yeah, hopefully I will be back with more videos at some point. I probably need to plan them out more next time because I don't really know what I'm doing. But it was fun to do. Felt like doing it. I am pretty certain that I'm never going to do this again without a script or plan. But it's a start. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you want to see more. And I will talk to you guys later.